At 6:30 in the morning, I entered my room at 7 in the morning. He entered and he said, Kevin, I'm very worried about you and I don't know what to do. Why don't you come to work with me today? There it was. All I had to do was reach out my hand to his and take it. All I had to do was tell him how much pain I was in. Do you think I told my dad how much pain I was in? Cheers. The Marvel comic book character Deadpool is analogous to pain. He was born in pain, and I argue that so was I. Born in squalor, on 6th Street, in a crack hotel, to biological parents on drugs and alcohol. And that happens. I was born in pain, but before I stand here and tell you my story, there's something we have to do. Right here, right now, and we must do it together. We have to take a moment of silence for all of those that we have lost to death by suicide from lethal emotional pain. Before we take that moment of silence, I want you to consider that tonight is not about the way they died or the day they died. Tonight is not about the pain that their loss has caused you. Tonight is going to be about finding a light at the end of every darkened tunnel vision. Tonight is going to be about hope, healing, recovery, and the art of wellness. Before we take that moment of silence, I want you to consider holding immeasurable gratitude for the little time you had with those you lost to lethal emotional pain. I've lost 7 people I love to suicide, including my biological mother, Marcia Veronica Silvera Prasad. May she rest in peace. Let us honor their memories. Let us hold them dear right here in our hearts. I celebrate the lives of those I lost to suicide on their birthday with family and friends who love them just as much as I do. And on that day, on their birthday, the day they were brought into this world without that pain, we're only allowed to speak on the good times. And we do it. We do it with gluten-free cake and a candle, because that's how I roll. Ladies and gentlemen, let us take that moment of silence for all of those that we have lost this way. He is ancient yet ageless. He is ticking yet timeless. He runs, not hunted, he chases. He is a man of many faces. He is the darkness. I am the light. I may be cracked, but I will never be broken. I wrote that limerick in 8th grade about the intense duality I felt inside since 4th grade. In 4th grade, hearing voices in my head, not that of my conscience, and not understanding why. How does a 4th grade child tell mom and dad he hears voices in his head that he's never known as anyone he's ever loved? He doesn't. He buries it. He silences his pain. And over the years, I would get really good at silencing my pain. The voices would go away. I would grow up, and I would find myself at Archbishop Reardon High School on a stage much like this. I was the stage right, which is my left, right over here, playing a character they called Gatch in the show How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. Any theater kids in the building? 1, 2, 3. What are the rest of you doing with your time? Right. I'm playing a character they call Gatch. And Gatch, if you know the story, is a philandering businessman. He's got a wife at home, but he's messing around with all the secretaries. You know that guy. And Gatch, I'm wearing one of my father's old suits and ties to play the role, which is no small feat. Patrick Kevin Hines is 6'1". I know you can't tell. I'm not 6'1". You had no idea because I'm a very tall 5'7". Aren't you clapping? 5'7", very tall person. And I'm on that stage playing that character, and it hits me like a Mack truck barreling down the road at 100 miles an hour. My first severe symptom of that disease they would later say I had, bipolar. The very same brain disease both my biological mother and father had previously been diagnosed with when they used to call it manic depression. And on that stage, something happened inside. Right over there. My brain broke. And I looked out into the 1,200-person audience. And I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that every single one of them was there to do one thing. Kill me. Let's stop right there. What would y'all do if you thought 1,200 people were coming all at once to kill you? Any audible answer will do. Run. Who said run? Where are you? Right there. What's your name? Jasmine, nice to meet you. Jasmine, here's the thing. You win the prize. You answered first. Jasmine, there's no prize. But you're a winner, and that is what counts. Okay, Jasmine, that's all that matters. And so I ran off stage, I ran to the lobby, I was met there by Mr. John Fennell. John Fennell was the theater director at Archbishop Reardon High School. He was a hell of a guy, he was a character. John Fennell had a haircut in 1987, but he had a mustache in 1962. And somehow John made it work. Somehow he made it work, and it was charcoal, and he was a chain smoker, and John was a tough SOB, and he was like a second father figure to me. He was my hero. He was and still remains my favorite teacher. And he would be one of the 7 people I would lose in my life to suicide. But that's a story we don't have time for. And I ran to the lobby, and John sits me down in the theater treasurer's chair, which was very fitting because at the time I was the theater treasurer. I had run unopposed, and I won like a champion. And he sits me down and says, Hines, can you please finish the performance? It's not even intermission yet. What are you doing? And I just babbled incoherent nonsense for the next 10 minutes. I couldn't make out 3 words in a row that made sense and called my mom, Deborah Joan Hines. Let's talk about her for a minute. Debbie Hines is a consummate optimist. The kind of optimism that's annoying. Mom, it's not that great of a day. Stop smiling and calm down. You know, I was a kid growing up, and I'd come home crying because I was smaller than the other kids, and they would mess with me. And that's fine. I'd come home crying, and this would be Debbie Hines, hand to her hip, and she'd do one of these. Oh, honey. And she'd do this, and it would make sense because she has hair. She'd say, oh, honey. Oh, well. No, Mom, it wasn't an oh, well situation. They put me in the trash can upside down into banana peels. She said, oh, honey. Oh, well. When I got a little older and they would do things like pull my ears to the side from behind me and say whistle, N-word whistle because I was part black. Or when they got behind me, when Tony Guerrero and Mike Ramirez would get behind me, and Tony Rivera would get in front and punch me in the guts and all would see bruises. And I'd come home really upset, unable to do anything. And she would just, oh honey, que sera, sera. Which if you don't know, is a Spanish song that means what will be, will be. She would sing every lyric to the entire song every time there was a problem. Thanks, Mom, for the optimism. But no, seriously, rubbed off. And growing up in the Hines home was a beautiful thing. Patrick and Deborah Hines could have had natural-born children, but they opted to take in 3 kids from 3 separate homes into one and make a melting pot of a family. We didn't look alike, and people noticed. All right, me, I'm mixed. You can think of me as everything but Russian. Just go with that. Or as our president would say, no devil offends someone. I get that joke probably later. And so, you know, me, I'm mixed. My brother's black, my sister's white. Pat and Debbie Hines were Irish and German. People were very confused. Right. Women, I kid you not, women would cross the street to talk to my mom, and this is what they would do. They do a semicircle around us like some kind of lion pride. They lean in like this and they do one of these. Then they do this. And they lean in closer and say, excuse me, miss. How do you know that happened? And then my mom would say, oh, you know, different fathers. It was epic because it was so damn true. Those women ran right back across the street and get away from us. We didn't care that some people wouldn't allow us into the restaurant to eat in the 1980s in California because of what we looked like as a family. We went somewhere else. We ate something else. We were a family that was happy. We were filled with nothing less than unconditional love. And even though Pat and Debbie Hines gave me, my brother from a different family, and my sister from a different family, a nucleus, even though they gave us a home, even though they put us in school, and we had food on our table and a warm bed to sleep in at night, the 3 of us would each see the inside of a psych ward 3 times each before we were 30. Because of our brains. Your brain is the single most powerful organ you wield. It is mostly on automatic mode. It controls every action and inaction you take. It controls every indecision and decision. It is part of every function in the body. And yet we look at people with brain pain and we say, snap out of it. Get over it. Move on. What's wrong with you? What we don't do to those people in brain pain is hold them, love them, tell them it's not their fault, and we'll get through it together, and that we've got their back on lockdown, and they don't have to go it alone. Which is what we need to be telling them, right? Right? And so, I grew up in this lovely home after this terrible infancy. An infancy, by the way, where they ripped us from that home. The police came in with Child Protective Services, and they took us because they had to. And they took us, and me and my only full-blooded brother. My name wasn't always Kevin Hines. That is my adopted white name. Don't get upset by people. I'm part white. We're friends. It's all good. All right? My biological name is Giovanni Gabriel dos Santos. And somehow my brother's name was just Jordan. Mom and Dad, what the hell? And me and my brother, my only full-blooded brother, they say he looked just like me with blonde curly hair. Can you see it? We were supposed to be adopted together when they took us. Do you think that's what happened? No. Do you think that's what happened? No. No, that's not what happened. We both get a vicious strain of bronchitis, and my only full-blooded brother, George, dies. And I bounce around from home to home. New mom and dad in a couple of weeks or days, no stability, very sick. I had been fed for the first 9 months of my life what mom and dad could steal. Kool-Aid, Coca-Cola, and sour milk was my first diet. So my teeth had to get fixed when I was young. I ended up landing, luckily, unlike my poor brother, in Peter and Deborah Muller's house and then Pat and Hines' house. I get adopted, I go through that beautiful life, but at 17, my brain breaks on that stage. And I wouldn't recover for the better part of 10 years. And neither would my family. A lot of you know this story because you've lived it, or something similar. At 19 years of age, I had gone to live with my father. And I said gone to live with, that's not exactly what happened. But my mom said kick rocks. She said you punched too many holes and too many drywalls, kid, you're done. My dad came to pick me up, my clothes on the porch in the rain. And we talked about Debbie Hines. Let's talk about Patrick Kevin Hines for a minute. He's the toughest Sunset Irishman you'll ever know, if you ever get to know him. Next to his uncle, my great uncle Kevin Joseph Hines, may he rest in peace. And Patrick Kevin Hines played 20 years of hockey as the goalie with no mask. I just call that stupid, but then a lot of his teeth aren't real. And he was a tough SOB because his mom and dad, just like my mom and dad, had substance use disorder. Their primary alcoholism. They would die of liver failure, cirrhosis at very young ages. Uncle Kevin, my great uncle, who my dad, I am named after, Uncle Kevin Joseph Hines, was one of 9 children, 2 stillborn, 7 remaining, 5 would die of liver failure, cirrhosis, alcoholism. And Patrick Kevin Hines would be an alcoholic until he would marry Deborah Joan Hines in 1972. They were second grade sweethearts. Ask me how that works, I have no idea. They broke up in 7th grade, they were back together in 8th. And Debbie would go over to Patrick's house, and she'd always ask him the same question, Patrick, why are there so many picture frames on the wall, on every level of the wall, and he would never explain. And so one day he took his index finger, turned one frame to the left, behind a hole in the wall the size of Mickey's fist, Mickey Curtin Hines, his father, where Mickey would aim for Patrick's head and often connect. My father was beaten every day. Every day his father was drunk, he was beaten. But my father never beat me. He broke the pattern. And he would grow up to become one of the most prominent San Francisco bankers of his time. He would go from having nothing, just a few dollars in his pocket, to making a way in the world. And all Patrick Kevin Hines ever wanted to do was grow and raise a family he could love and care for like he never had. And that's why he and Debbie took in 3 kids they didn't have to and saved their lives. But at 19 years of age, after a tumultuous 2-year battle with this disease I denied that I even had. I don't have bipolar disorder. I was a WCAL wrestling champion. I don't have bipolar disorder. Our football team went to state. I don't have bipolar disorder. I would just say all these things as to why. But I would never get to the root of the problem. In therapy, my psychiatrist, one of the best in the field, he was one of the 7 people that I lost to suicide. It was a mess. On September 24th of the year 2000, I could bear the brunt and the weight of my pain and no longer. I had gotten so good at silencing my pain that it was deafening. I had gotten so good at hiding my pain that I never learned the notion that a pain shared is a pain had. 19, I sat at my desk and I wrote that note. Mom, I love you, but you're not always right. Dad, I love you, but stop bringing the office home. It's not work. I said to my little brother, who wanted to be nothing more than the greatest DJ on the West Coast, he was making those mixed cassette tapes when they were still hot. Who still plays mixed cassette tapes? Come on, show me your hand, somebody. Please, God, it's not dead yet. So, can someone help her, please? And so, I write that note. I wrote it to my best friend at the time, Jake Lewis. I said, Jake, you'll find another best friend. I said, that's how it works. I said to my girlfriend / ex-girlfriend, it's not you, it's me. It was debatable, depending on who you asked. I put that note in my shoulder bag. I put that shoulder bag by the door. At 6 in the morning, I entered my father's room. He wears a CPAP machine. You guys know the CPAP machines parents wear, grandparents wear them, keep it from snoring. Not Pat Hines. He proudly wears a CPAP machine while snoring. In fact, he doesn't care. That's what he sounds like. Darth Vader snoring. Except here's the thing. He is my father, so there's that. Some of you slept on the Star Wars joke. I startled my father awake. He looks at me and he immediately says, "Kevin, what's wrong?" I said, "Nothing, Dad. I just wanted to tell you that I love you." In my mind, it was for the very last time. He said, "Kevin, I love you too. But it's 6 in the morning and I've got to be working until 9. Go back to bed." And he put his mask back on and fell sound in his sleep as quickly as he had woken. And I walked around to the other side of the bed. I sat on the carpet floor and I rocked my body back and forth in tears, begging myself to tell the one man who loved me the most in the entire world the truth. All the while, the voices in my head that had returned said, "Be quiet, Kevin, you have to die today." At 6:30 in the morning, I entered my room. At 7 in the morning, he entered and he said, "Kevin, I'm very worried about you and I don't know what to do. Why don't you come to work with me today?" There it was. All I had to do was reach out my hand to his and take it. All I had to do was tell him how much pain I was in. Do you think I told my dad how much pain I was in? No, I silenced the pain, and if you are going to learn one thing from me today and one thing alone, may I ask kindly that it be this: when you leave these doors and you go about the rest of your natural and beautiful lives, do me a solid. I don't care if you are all the toughest people in every room. Never again silence your pain. Your pain is valid. Your pain is worthy of my time and everybody's in this room. And your pain matters. Simply because all of you do. When we silence our pain, when we bury it, we let it destroy us and eat us alive. Find somebody to talk to. If you feel you can't find anybody to talk to, Kevin at KevinHinesStory.com. Holler at your boy. I got your back on lockdown. And that's a fact. My father finally agreed to take me to City College, and I'd take the bus home. I got in the car. I gripped my shoulder back to my chest because I didn't want him to find the note. My father talked the whole ride. Patrick Kevin Hines is not a talking man. He speaks when spoken to. And when spoken to, he says things like this: "Kevin, everything I say and do is with a purpose. I am telling you this purposefully." Talks like that. I was quiet in the car, which I'm usually not. We get to the corner of the City College campus, and my father looks at me and he says one of his favorite mantras: "Kevin, I love you. Be careful." He said it every day. We're lucky he still can. I kissed my dad on the cheek as I'd done since I was about yay high. I told him I loved him. I stepped out of that car with my right foot and I stood. A tear rolled down my cheek, off my chin, onto my right lug, glued onto the middle shoelace. I'll never forget that moment as long as I'll live, because I looked up and I watched my father drive away, and I said, "That's the last time I'll ever see anybody I love, and the last time anybody I love will ever see me." And I was content to die by these two hands from lethal emotional pain. I walked onto campus. I walked into the counselor's department. I dropped 9.5 of my 12.5 units, keeping only my English class. And people wondered why. Why did you keep your English class? Kevin, it's very simple. It's not because I was going to write a book someday. There are 36 errors in the acknowledgments alone. Good Lord, I don't know how to write. And in publishing. No, I went to English class for one reason. Teacher was gorgeous. I wanted to see her one last time. It would be the only rational thing I did all day. I walked into that class. I sat at my desk. I wrote the last part of my note. I got up and I left. I got on the Muni train. I sat in a corner reflective glass area, looking at that reflection, that man I had come to self-loathe. The man I hated myself. I still struggle with that self-hate. The struggle is real. I got from that Muni train a paper transfer. I got that paper transfer, I got into a bus. I sat in the very back row in the middle seat looking out upon everyone. hoping, wishing, praying that one person would see me and see my pain and say something. And they did. This guy right here said to the fellow next to him while pointing at me with his thumb with a smile on his face, "What the hell is wrong with that kid?" And that, my new friends, is what's wrong with some of our society today. Our innate human ability to see somebody, anybody, in the greatest lethal emotional pain they've ever experienced, but feel nothing for them, but fear of them, and apathy toward them. That's his or her problem. It ain't mine. I got stuff to do. I disagree. I formally believe if we are nothing else on this beautiful planet, we are supposed to be one thing together. Our brothers and sisters and individuals keepers. We are not here for personal betterment or gain. We are here to give back to those we know, those we love, those we don't know from Adam. Yes, we are even here to give back to those we don't even like. What we are not here to do is hurt each other with our words and actions. By a raise of hands, how many of you have ever been hurt by somebody else's words or actions? Keep those hands raised. By a raise of hands, how many of you have ever hurt someone you love with your words or actions? Your other hand, if you've ever hurt somebody else, you got it. I'm going to ask you one more question. And the answer to the question is now. A resounding, audible, bellowing now. When does the hurting of those we know and love with our words and actions stop?
Now.
When does it stop?
Now.
It has to. And we have to be the ones to change our communities or nobody else will. I go around the world telling stories. And one thing I find everywhere, on every corner of the earth, one thing I find crystal clear is there are a lot of people hurting each other with words and actions in person, but there's even more online when we don't have to. And cyberbullying is 60% more lethal than physical bullying, according to the crisis text line. Did you hear what I said? Lethal. So if you're using your words to hurt people, they could die. Ladies and gentlemen, I was a 19-year-old boy. I got off that bus crying like a child. Waterfalls pouring from my face, mucus dripping from my nose. I walked up to the bus driver, hoping, wishing, and praying he would stop me. He said, "Come on, kid, I gotta go." I walked across that 2-mile stretch of walkway that is the Golden Gate Bridge. I got to a particular light rail. I stood there and cried my tears to the waters below. And that is when a woman from my left approached me. She had blonde, curly hair and those sunglasses you ladies love to wear in the heat that do not fit your face. You look like giant human bugs. Something to think about next time. And she approached with a smile. And I thought, this lady's going to help me. I don't have to die today. And then she pulled out a digital camera and said, "Will you take my picture?" I laughed inside, like, "Lady, this is bad timing." I took her picture 5 times for 5 minutes. She had to really pose and all kinds of silly. And then she took the camera. She said, "Thank you." And she walked away. But she didn't walk 20 yards off the bridge. She walked back across the entire 2-mile stretch of walkway, which is what people did every day, spending 90 minutes up and down that bridge to see and gaze at its beauty. And at that moment she walked away. I said to myself, absolutely nobody cares. Was that true?
No.
Everybody cared. Every member of my family, every one of my friends, my acquaintances would have been there to rip me from that rail to safety because of how much they cared. My brain wasn't allowing me to care. My brain was trying to kill me as I desperately tried to cling to life. The voice in my head yelled at decimals I won't yell to you because it'll pierce your eardrums. Jump now, and I did. I catapulted hands over the rail. But the millisecond my hands left that rail, I had an instant regret for my actions and the 100% recognition that I just made the greatest mistake of my life, and it was too late. Over 2,000 people have died at the Golden Gate Bridge. 39 individuals have survived that fall. On that day, I would become number 26. Only 5 of us get the privilege to stand, walk, and run. I'm one of 5. They call us the most exclusive survivors club in the world. There's a book of the same name by Ben Sherman. Ladies and gentlemen, my point is that I get to be here. And if I get to be here, then it is my sworn duty given to me by myself to travel the world trying to help one person in every audience I reach stay. Suicide can never be the solution to your problem. It is the problem. Say it with me. Join me in this fight to prevent suicide for your community. And when I say it, you repeat it. Suicide.
Suicide.
I need to hear you. I'm giving you my all. Give me yours. Suicide.
Suicide
Is never the solution to my problem. It is the problem. I deserve this life until my natural end. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to consider all the babies that never make it past the womb. My wife, Margaret Hines, and I know that pain all too well. 30% of every first pregnancy ends in miscarriage. I will never hold Jack Ryan in my arms. He wasn't meant to be here in physical form. But you all are, for the simple fact that I'm looking into your beautiful eyes. I know you're supposed to be here until your natural end, never to die by your hands. Let's do a practice in self-love and self-care, and let's make it happen this time, okay? If you are in this room and you are physically capable, let's bring up these lights and please stand so I can see you beautiful people. I want to see these amazing people. Here we go. You're real. You exist. Stand. Please stand. Physically capable. Please stand. All right. Now I'm going to say my name. You say your name, and then repeat after me. Now I'm going to say my name, you say your name, repeat after me. If I do this, there's like a girl over here that says his name's Kevin. Look, your name's Kevin. It's all good, we're good. I just want to make sure we're on the same page. Like, my name, your name, repeat after me. Kevin! You are amazing! Kevin! I see I told you! I knew it! Let's try again. Kevin! You are the greatest! Kevin! You are wonderful! Kevin! You are beautiful! Kevin! You are a phenom! Guys, you are walking phenoms. You are supposed to be here. Suicide isn't the answer. It destroys everybody left behind for the rest of their lives. You are important, not just everybody in this room. Tonight you're important to me. And I meant what I said earlier. If you need my help, I gave you my email. If you need it, you can get it again. Just come holler at me. I don't want any of you in this room to leave today and ever die by your hands. And if that means you need my help, you're damn right I'll be there. And that's a promise. And I always keep my promises. I believe in you. I believe in your light. And I believe that you are supposed to be right where you are supposed to be. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. And that is why we call it the present. Y'all don't believe me? Master Bootleg from Kung Fu Panda said that. Talking girls always know what's up. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is our gift. Let us always and forever cherish today and every waking moment of
of this gorgeous gift that we all get to call life. From the bottom of my heart and the depths of my soul, I thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you very much.
There's one last interactive piece of the day that's going to bring us all together. We started together with the moment of silence. We're going to end together. If you have your mobile devices in your pocket, you're going to want to take them out right now. You're not going to want to miss this. That's a promise. 4,000 Marines and soldiers did it 10 weeks ago, and it was epic. And I need you to be louder than 4,000 Marines and U.S. Army soldiers. You hear me? Louder than that. There's a lot less than you. You got this on lockdown. Don't worry about it. All right. What we're going to do right now is say something to all the people in this very room right now that are in that kind of pain. And by the number of the people in this room, there's about 3 to 4 people that are actively suicidal right in this room right now, if not more. So we're going to talk right to them. On my 3 count, we're going to say to those individuals in pain, get your phones out, press record on any live stream right now, on that record button on your camera. You have to sleep it on. Pay attention now. Come on. Get your phones out, press record on any live stream right now, or press record on your camera. You're going to want to capture this. On my 3 count, we are going to yell at the tops of our lungs, be here tomorrow. Be here tomorrow and every day after that. We're going to yell at the tops of our lungs on my 3 count, be here tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! One more time. Louder and prouder, like their lives depend on it. 1, 2, 3. Be here tomorrow. All right, but this time you're going to be louder than 4,000 Marines and soldiers. 1, 2, 3. Be here tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, be here tomorrow and every day after that. And if nobody else tells you today,